Hello, it's Tony from Ding, and I'm here with another handy thinking tool that you can use to design awesome learning experiences. Now, recently there's been a lot of talk about how AI and algorithms such as ChatGPT will impact learning. So in this episode, we're looking at a tool called cognitive acceleration because it provides a way of designing learning and assessment that accommodates some of the challenges that artificial intelligence creates for learning. So what is cognitive acceleration and how does it work? Well, cognitive acceleration can be summed up as follows. Identify learners' prior knowledge, prepare a suitable problem, enable small groups to work on it with minimal assistance, and then facilitate a discussion about learners' thinking process. The central idea is that students learn more effectively if they construct their own understanding of new concepts and ideas. So let's take a look at how we can design learning experiences using cognitive acceleration. The first stage is called concrete preparation, and this is the planning stage, and it takes place before the live session. In this stage, the aim is to create a link between what students already know and what they're going to learn. So to do this, we first need to empathise with students' previous experiences and establish their prior knowledge of the topic. And then we can design a problem that will enable them to explore the topic through a small group discussion. Now, this could be a practical problem or a discursive question, both are fine. The important thing is that the difficulty level is just above the student's current level of knowledge. The second stage is called cognitive conflict, and this takes place at the start of the live session. So the teacher begins by explaining that he or she will work as a facilitator and will answer questions to clarify the task, but won't provide guidance about the process that students should use to solve it. And it's also important for the teacher to establish the ground rules of the session so students know what to expect. And there are a few key things to explain, such as how much time they'll have, the fact they'll be working in groups, what will happen afterwards in terms of a discussion about process, and the importance of being respectful of others' opinions and ensuring everyone's able to participate. Stage 3 is called social construction, and this is where the students work on the problem in their groups. And here the teacher should try and stay as far away from the groups as possible to enable them to explore the problem without interference. However, the teacher also needs to monitor the groups to ensure that they're working productively. And if a group starts to struggle, the teacher's role is to provide a few clues to get them back on track, but without giving away too much information about the solution. Once the allocated time runs out, we move into stage 4, which is the metacognition stage. Now here, the teacher facilitates a discussion between the groups to enable them to share their ideas. So the teacher begins by asking one group to share their solution to the problem, and once they've done so, the teacher asks the other groups whether they agree or disagree, and why, and then asks a different group to share their solution. So the aim is to use questions to lead the students towards an answer instead of simply presenting them with it. And during the discussion, the key thing is that the teacher asks questions that reveal students' thinking process, such as, why did you approach it in that way? Or what made you decide on that course of action? And this helps make the student's thinking process visible to others. And the fifth and final stage is called bridging, and this is where the students bridge the gap between their existing knowledge and their new experiences. And the facilitator does this by asking students how their ideas could be used in everyday life and how they could adapt what they've learned to deal with other problems. So this is the same concept as scaffolding in social constructivism, as the students work collectively to construct a framework that enables them to see how they could make practical use of their new knowledge. All right, so let's quickly recap how learning designers and educators can use cognitive acceleration to design learning experiences. Firstly, establish students' prior knowledge and design a problem that's just above their current level of understanding. Next, present the problem to the students and explain the ground rules for the session. Then, put the students into groups, set them working on the problem, and only provide clues and suggestions if they're really stuck. Fourth, once they've had enough time, facilitate a discussion between groups about their process to lead them towards a collective solution. And finally, create a series of questions that enable the learners to reflect on how they could put their new knowledge into practical use. So to summarise, cognitive acceleration requires learners to work collaboratively on a problem and then explain and justify their approach to solving it. So in this way, it provides a useful way to tackle the challenges of learners using tools such as ChatGPT to create automated text, because they have to explain their process and not just produce an output. And extending cognitive acceleration into assessment enables you to create group assessment tasks where both the teacher and the learners themselves can assess each other on their process, research, collaboration, and presentation. That's it. If you found this video useful, hit subscribe and get some more thinking tools in your learning design toolbox.